Okay. We set disclaims and we have to. Okay, you can leave disclaims. It's not that much important, but if you want to set extra claims, then it's there for when you set extra claims. So we have to set here we have to set the subject, which is user detail service dot get username, use the username, and we have to set the issued time. We have to set issued. Okay, set there is issued um issued at the time the token is being issued at. So we have to say new date. Here is system uh, dot milliseconds dot like this. So, and we have to also set the expiration time. So this is the expiration time. So we have to set the new date system system dot current milliseconds uh, times, because we probably want to 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 make this a day by 60 multiplied by 60 uh, multiplied by 24 to make a day. So that is it. And now here we want to set the sign key, which is sign with. So we don't want to come back to now. Set sign with. So here we have to get our signing key here, the method that we have created, and you have to set the algorithm, signature algorithm. So here signature algorithm is this one HS 256, and now we use this method compact to generate the key, the token. So now we've generated the token. Let's say someone wants to generate the token, but doesn't want to also set some claims, extra claims. So I'm going to create the same method, generate token. So here I'm going to use a detail service. Sorry, here, yes, use a detail service. The details, sorry, use a details, not service. And a new, uh, new, uh, the hash map, empty hash map, um, hash, hash map. So, okay. Mm, okay, new hash map. Sorry. Attachment. No, we don't need. Actually, here we were saying we don't need. We want to just use the username to generate a token without maybe someone doesn't want to put extra claims. So that's it. So here we have to return generate token. Here we have to use a detail service, and then we pass a new hash map that is empty, like this one. So now we're able to generate the token. Um, very good. So this is the generation of the token. So now let us create a method to validate the token. So I'm going to just say public um, boolean. So this one is a boolean method is token valid. So here to take the string of a token, because we want to take to measure is the string, is the token valid. So now what we're going to do is to extract the token. Uh, then we so here want to also want user details. User details. Always want to match the token and the username, so that we validate when we get the username and the token, they should be in match, so that um, uh, our security will be perfect. So now we have to say so string username. So here I want to get the username from the token. So I'm going to use extract um, a claim here. So here I'm going to pass the token. Then I'll get, or instead of using this method, since I can extract username, I've extract username method. I can use extract username method, and then I can pass the method. Also, the way that I want to do was okay, though I was going to implement this method that you see here, but let's just use this method. So now want to return uh, if want to return username dot, it must be equal to the username that is in the user detail service. So dot get username, and also and also the time, the token expression time should be in the range. So is is token valid, is token, let me, so is token expire. So here the token should not, it must not expire. So here we pass the token. So that is it. So now let us generate this method. So private boolean string. So now here want to get the expiration time. So I'm going to say return um, expire expression extract to it. Let me just say extract expression time expression expression extract expression, yes, from the token. So I want to get the from this function, I want to get the expression time. Let me just say expression time. So this token dot um, before before, or I can just do it here. We can extract here. Okay, so I want to, okay, what I want to do here is just say to want to extract, use the extract claim to get the date, and we check that the time there, it's before the time, it's before the time it has been issued. So here I'm going to say extract, let me just say extract claim, then I put the token, and here I'm on to extract From these claims, I want to extract expiration, expiration like this. So dot before, so the new date like this. So this is it. So what I wanted to do here, just I wanted to create a function for this one, or just say let me cancel this. Okay, let me return. Let me cancel this. Let me just cut it, and I say extract um, expiration time. Then I pass the token. So here dot before like this. And that's what I wanted to do. So on this, I want to create a function here. Yes, with the date. So here I would do return. Then I pass this one. So this is what I wanted to do. So either way, it's correct, it's perfect, it's fine, it will work. So this is the JWT service of here we've created these methods to generate a token with extra claims. If you want to pass extra claims to generate a token without passing extra claim, we're just passing the username, and also to 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 extract a username. So this is okay and good. So this is our JWT service. We have created this JWT service. Now want uh, to to check if now on this authentication filter to say if the username is now. So we can say user email. Want to if the user email is not now, if it is not now, and security, the person is not authenticated. So we want to use this security context holder dot get context and dot get authentication equal to now, or equal to now. Then want to authenticate that person and uh, to 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 do some authentication here and there. So let me just show you where we are um on the string security diagram. So here we have created this function and we have extracted the claim. So now we want to also here to use this user detail service to get the user from the the um the from the database. So this is the way we want to do to extract a token from the to extract the username from the token, and that username to use to search it from the database. If that person is not found, it will also pass the 403 error, the not 403 error, but 403 response. And if the token is not found, it will just pass also the 403. So let me go back to the code. So this is it. So now if this we have passed this, so um, we're going to use this one. We're going to use a detail service, user details. Uh, I'm going to say user details. This user details equal to user um, user details. So now want to user details is a service that is called user details service that is already implemented with Spring Security. So I'm going to take it final user details service. This service So user detail service. So here I'm going to use this service, this service to get to use this method is this method load user by username. So here I'm going to pass the user email that we have extracted from the token. So now this is it. So here, for me to be able to use this one, I have to create a bin for this, so that when the application start run, it will load this to the application. So I'm going to create a, a configuration file, which is application config. Um, say application config. This class, so this one, it's a configuration function, so we have to tell it configuration, and we can also require a constructor. So this one. So now here we have to say a bin. So we want to create a bin for user detail service. So a bin should always be public. So public user detail service. So this user detail service user detail service method. So we want to create this one. So now we have to return new user detail service. So here is the method that we have created here. This method, if you see the method that's there, it has been implemented in our authentication filter. This one. So here we can make use of something. So we can replace this using a lambda function. So I can replace this using a lambda function. So we want to fetch this username from the database. So here I have to say private final uh, user user repository, this the repository that we have created. So I'm going to say user repository. So here I'm going to say user repository dot the method that we created find by uh, email. You have to put a username. So we have to dot throw. So now I want to throw this exception. Uh, say new username password not found authentication, pass this user not found, like this. So this is it. So now that's perfect. I think we are good to go, and here we can now get our user details in our user um our user uh we can now we have implemented, okay, we have implemented this part, this part here, this to getting this person from the username from the database. So now that's okay. So now we want to move to this part. Want to validate, is the token valid? Is the token valid? So want to go to this part. So this part here of finding the user from the database, we have implemented that. And if the person is not found, we pass the HTTP 403, which is response not which is forbidden. And so that is it. So now we're going to say if if so if from the JWT service dot is token valid, And here we're going to pass, because this needs the JWT token and the user detail service, like this. If it is valid, then we want to perform this, what we want to perform here now. So we're going to use the username password uh, authentication token here. We're going to create a authentication token, which equal to new username password authentication token. So here we're going to pass the user details, and we're going to pass now, and we're going to pass user details dot get authorities. So this is what we pass on the authentication token. So now, after we do that, we want to set the authentication token. We want to set the details of the authentication token. So here we say new uh, web authentication detail source dot build details, and we pass the request of our request, and then we set here what we've done. We have checked that is this token valid, and after that we want to do this part to update the security context holder. This one, that what we said, if it's not authenticated, then we want to authenticate that user. So let me go back and update that. So here we're going to say security context holder dot get context dot set authentication. Then we pass the authentication token. So now we have make this person to be authenticated. So after we do that, we finish this, we have to also call the filter chain dot do filter the request and the response. So this is it. So this is it for the uh, the JWT authentication filter. I think we have solved uh, this one. This here we've do the validate the JWT token, and we have update the authentication object, the security context holder. Now want to Spring security authorization process. Want to move to this one. So now let us do that. So now we're going to create another class, which is security configuration. Security configuration. This class. So this class, it's a configuration. So we have to mark it configuration. Okay, configuration, and also we have to enable. Uh, we have to call this at enable web security, and also some required Axe constructor, so that we don't have to create a constructor. This will create constructor for argument that we pass here. And here now we have to create a bin. So this bin, so it's a bin. So this bin, say public, uh, say public security So we have to use this public security, security, security filter. We have to use this security filter chain. So security filter chain, and here we have to pass HTTP security, and this object we have to just call it HTTP. And after that, we have to do this. We have to return uh, HTTP. We say HTTP, HTTP like this dot build, but HTTP build like this. So here I have to throw an exception so that um, we are good. So this is it. So now I'm going to disable CSRF token. So this is cross resource uh, forgery. Want to disable it, disable, and want to also call it authorize HTTP requests. Want to authorize HTTP requests, and also want uh, to pass our this request matches to pass our URLs. So let me just write so that I'll explain much. So dot permit all and dot at any requests, then any requests should be authenticated, and 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 okay, so let me just explain what we've done here. So we have disabled the CRF and want to authorize any HTTP requests. So for this anti request matches, so these are uh, our controllers, the URLs that are in our controllers that want to whitelist. So uh, so URLs that want to whitelist, these are URLs that doesn't require authentication when someone is accessing them. So for all those URLs, like for someone to register, for someone to get authentication, to authenticate himself, we should whitelist them. They should not be authenticated. So this one, it says that these these URLs should not be authenticated, but any of these requests should be authenticated. And also want to tell it is that the session management was here we are saying the JWT token doesn't make use of keep use of session. So the session creation post policy should be stateless. Session creation policy should be stateless, so that there are no sessions that are created. So dot end. So here want to make use of the authentication manager. So um, authentication provider. Okay, authentication uh, provider. Here we have to use authentication. So here for the authentication provider, we have to pass the authentication provider, and also to add filter before, want to add the filter before the before. So this one is to tell that when a request is being sent, so it have to first pass through the JWT authentication filter. And here we have to make use of user name authentication filter class like this. So here I'm going to pass here what we need here. So I'm going to create these fields: final, private final, uh, authentication, authentication, authentication provider, this one, say authentication provider. So here I'm going to pass authentication provider. So like this, authentication provider. And here I'm going to also uh, make use of private final JWT. We have to make of this filter so that here I'm going to use it like this. So here I'm just going to pass here. So before anything is done, we have to make use of this authentication filter. So this is our security configuration file. So now was this one. We have to create the bin for this one. So I'm going to the application config here. We're going to add a bin for the bin. And to say public authentication provider. So here it's authentication provider. So here we gonna make use of that access authentication. So it uses this DAO authentication provider from security. So here I'm going to just say auth, which is equal to new DAO. So here I'm going to say auth dot user detail service to pass what is in the user detail service. I will just pass this method that we have in the user detail service, and also the password auth dot set password encoder. So here we have to just put a password encoder. Just say pass pass. Uh, just say password encoder. This function, I have to pass this function where I haven't created it. Then we have to return the auth. So this is the so here, if this security, we make use of this the bin that we have created in the authentication in the configuration application configuration uh, um, application configuration class. We inject the bin that we have created, and it is passed here on the authentication provider. So now we want to create um, this method. So here we're just going to return a new bcrypt bcrypt password encoder like this. So this is it. So that's it. So now here we have to put it as a bin because it's a bin. We want to make it a bin. So we say public, then add bin. So now after that, want to create also another bin that we will use later on. That this one is for authentication. It's for authentication manager. So I'll just say add bin. So say, let me just push it here. This one. I just say public authentication 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 manager. So authentication manager here. So we're going to use authentication configuration. Want to configure the authentication. So I'm going to just say config this object called config, and I'm going to pass config. We have to return, okay, config dot get authentication manager. So this is the bin that we're going to create later on. So this one we have to add an exception. So that's it. So this one will be, we'll use it when we want to authenticate the um the the users. So that's it for the security. And so now let us just create some authentication, some user, so that we add a user and we authenticate a user. So here, so let me just run to see what we have done. Are there any errors so that we can we can solve them before we move to the next chapter? So here we don't have this one, so I have to add okay. This says Spring Boot application. Which one is this one? Okay, I imported wrongly. Here we need, I thought I required Axe constructor. I don't know what happened. So I hope at least that's good. So you can say variable user is not initially in a default constructor. So by making use of this one, it will create a constructor for the fields for this class, application config. So if we run, we don't have any error. We'll skip that error. Maybe if there are any errors, we'll find out. So here we can see that um, we have some little bit of errors. So that's good. I hope we can figure out together how to solve these ones. So uncertified dependency through method, set filter chain error, define class path in configuration class, failed method, security filter chain, flow expression path not pattern must not okay, let us this configuration. So let's check here. Okay, let us look and see again what this error wants us to do. So let us check. Um, let's process this. You know where you can find. Okay, um, I'm finding where we might be lost here. Okay, let me read the error carefully. Error creating bin the name. So there's an error in creating this bin. So let us look at it. What is the error? Unsatisfied dependence method. Set filter change parameter. Error creating the bin name security filter chain. Define the path. This one. Security configuration class failed with empty and property now. So let me look this code so that I can see, is there any error that I've done? So hey, um error error creating bin. Let's look. Security config web config unsatisfied dependence expressed with the method set filter change, which is in the method parameters zero creating the name security defined path some sort of pattern through exception with message pattern cannot be now empty. So what is this? What's error? What the error? What the error? I hope this may be this. You can see this is real. Having an error and we debug it together. So the thing about errors is you have to read the error correctly. So like me and now I'm I'm like rushing so that I solve this error as quick as possible without wasting time. But let us read the error correctly, because I think one of the thing that is being posted by Computer Science Zimbabwe is that, and uh, the interpreter tells you where the error is. So let us look at that one. Started, okay, this one. Oh, where is this? Look, I've run to where this project is. Okay, error creating bin. Okay, that name. Okay, parameter creating a bin name. Security filter chain, which is the security filter chain. This error, you can see that it's in this um this here. Define the class path. Failed to instantiate factory method through exception with message. Pattern cannot be now. Okay, yeah, pattern cannot be now. Here, the patterns here, if you see, pattern cannot be now. So we have to pass the URLs that want to whitelist. So here I'm going to create a API slash v1 slash this one register. I'm going to pass this one and the other one to authenticate. So I'm going to pass this authenticate. So I think we have solved this error, because this pattern that is being said must not be now. So as you can see, this one is perfect. It's running well. We have configured our security. So now we want to create um, register controller to register and to authenticate. Then we test our endpoint. So for now, we'll stop now and we'll create the authentications controllers later. So we end this one.